Testing. Okay, everybody.
Actions on C3.
Hope everybody's signing in. We're here live at the reserve. Got our Sunday 10K in a day. Final table.
C4
This
fold.
was $185 buy-in.
Fold C6.
$100 rebuys.
C7.
We had 34 entries. We're paying the top 10. This is the top 10 right here. And we're starting out here at the reserve, 5105 Glendale. Thank you very much for joining us tonight in this final table. And we're starting out right away with an all-in. That's Ed.
Fold C3 wins the pot. Button moves to C1.
And everybody's going to fold around. This final table, we started with the button on seat 10. Seat 1, where the button is moving to, is Jeff Mooney. Seat 2 is Brevin, soccer player, nice young man. Seat 3 is Ed. Seat 4, Armando. Seat 5, Daniel, one of our favorites here. Daniel, the caddy, Daniel, the dealer. And seat 6 is Tony. 7 is Will. Seat 8 is Bob. He's very familiar to final table work. 9 is Smokestack, otherwise known as Chris. And seat 10 is Josh. Again, it was a $185 buy-in, $100 rebuys. We had 34 entries, paying the top 10. This is a 10K guarantee. My name is Vic, and I've got Steve joining me.
Hello, Vic.
Raises to 40.
I was lucky enough to bubble a few minutes ago, so I had that going for me, which was nice.
Fold 53.
And did that pay anything?
It did not.
Okay. All right.
Some people choose not to pay the bubble, and we kind of have an unwritten rule. If one person says we're not doing it, we don't do it.
Yeah, got to be consensus. This is our third hand of this final table. The first hand we did have an all-in, but there were no callers. I think we're going to, we should be seeing the chip counts here pretty soon. Looks like the average stack coming into this is around 230, something like that. I saw one of the chip leaders had well over 400, 450.
Actions on C5. Fold.
And we've got a number of, all of the players here that we've got seated here tonight are familiar to us.
Oh, yeah.
Fold. C8.
Bob's going to raise.
Smoke's waking up with queens.
Raises to 40. C9.
And there's your chip count there. Will, 535. Josh, 420.
105. Raises to 105,000. C10. Fold.
Bob raised to 4,000. Blinds are currently 15,000, 5 and 15 with a $5,000 ante.
Yeah, I don't see how Bob would even think about calling there, so he laid it down.
But with an ace and everybody folding around to him, I think Bob it's a good stab. He's got enough chips to be able to do something like that. But again, you're not going to follow that up with a call.
No, he's got to think at the very least his kicker's beat.
Yeah.
Some weight to it.
Yeah.
So I think this final table is going to be a good mix because there's a lot of people that are willing to get it in.
Yes.
I think so. This table might not be the as long as some of the other final tables that we've seen here.
That is a good point. We've got Smokestack has Chris. He has now cashed in his last 3 tournaments, and now he's in. Well, he's going to cash here because anybody in the top 10 at the final table will get cash.
Yeah, if I hadn't bubbled in this one, this would have been four out of the last 5 for me. That was
Outstanding. That's great. We got Ed bringing up the rear, followed by Brevin. Armando at 216. Again, a quick look at what our stacks are at.
We're definitely going to see some action on this one with multiple players with ace-queen. Which the ace-queen of spades, incidentally, is what I went out with on the bubble.
Oh, you're kidding.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
I was called by a jack-9, and he flopped 2 pair, and I had the flush draw and missed.
Huh. And who was that? Was it?
It was
Tony?
I remember. It was on the other side of the table.
This has kind of toasty in here.
It wasn't Tony,
Okay.
but it was somebody in C1 through 5, though.
Potential fireplace.
Red carpet.
So Josh did that with a 3-bet with his ace-queen of spades. Smoke was trying to consider. Oh boy.
It's a really nice setup.
But
Wow, he laid it down?
Yeah. After he sees this, he may consider it a good laydown. I don't know, but he may be kicking himself. He mentioned to me at the break just before we started this final table that there were a number of hands that he did play that he felt he could have. And because he really wanted to make the final table, I think because he's been doing so well at a final table recently. And that is a strategy, right? I mean, you got 12-handed, 14 players left or something like that. You're gonna tighten up a little bit, right,
yeah,
Steve?
Definitely. And it was Bob that actually took me out.
Okay.
That's why I was drawing a blank there for a few minutes. But yeah, a real strong jack-9. That'll happen. 6-handed.
Raises to 50,000.
You think you're good with a big ace.
Right.
Yeah. C1.
Any 2 cards.
C2. Fold. C3. Fold. 4. Fold. C5. Cost 50.
Dan likes the action.
Fold.
We're going to see some action from Dan. Always do. Certainly a reasonable call for him to make in the big blind.
And he hits his 10.
C5. Check. C8.
Bob's got to make a continuation bet here.
Yep. Not realizing that Daniel just
That's
flopped the top pair.
C5 calls
On the board.
35,000.
And he's going to call.
C5. Bets 50. C8.
I like this call and then follow-up bet by
Cost
Dan.
50.
That's
Now,
an interesting call by Bob.
King on the river here would be a real action card, but the ace is going to slow Daniel down, I would think.
No, he likes the action.
That's
He's going to come out and bet,
C8.
and he's betting 60,000. Would Bob put him on 2 pair here? Probably not with that bet. The question is whether Bob's going to call or raise.
I'm always wrong, but I think he would just call. If I'm in his place, I'd just call.
Yeah, I agree. He's probably played enough with Daniel to not know.
Oh, he went all in.
All in.
C5 folded.
Daniel instantly folded.
Yeah.
C8 moves to 5. But there's a C5.
That's kind of a ballsy all in there with the action coming the whole way. I mean, it's not out of the question for somebody to be sitting there with ace-10 or.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, with Dan, you can't really necessarily put him on a range. Bob might be easier to do that. But in this case, Bob gets to go all in and then fold, so nobody really saw what he had. Wise fold by Daniel.
Yes.
As it turns out.
Smoke's got the 8s.
Another pair here.
Smoke cracked me for about half my stack early on tonight with a similar pocket pair. It was 9s, but once again, missed big flush.
C9.
So Bob comes and he
plays down
folds
the
the
eights.
eights. Oh, he's really tightening up.
Fold C3, fold C4, fold C5, fold C6, fold C7.
The aggression pays off here. See what? Yeah, Will's not going to chime in for this.
Fold.
Two hands in a row. Always important to take down a blind, especially when the blind is coming your way. The blinds
Definitely.
are currently at 15 and 5 for the $5,000 ante.
Yeah, and Will and Bob and Josh have significant chip leads on the bottom third of this final table.
So this section, this half hour of our live stream is brought to you by A1 Accurate, the premier limo service in Toledo.
Action's on C9. Fold C10. Calls 15,000. C1.
Josh is going to limp with those pocket threes
Fold.
in
C3,
early position.
Fold C4. Fold C5.
Be interested to see if somebody makes a raise, like Daniel I think is about to do.
Yep.
Raise
With
to
king nine of
70,000.
diamonds. He likes the action.
6. Fold.
He likes suited
C7,
cards.
Fold C8.
I don't know if I'm Josh if I make this call here, but
C10.
It's a significant raise.
yeah, for threes,
Yeah.
he could probably walk away and feel good about himself. But it looks like he's getting out calling chips.
Call 70,000.
And he makes the call. We're going to see a flop.
All right, we are heads up to a flop.
It's all red, but only one diamond.
Yep.
C5 is all in. C10 fold.
He's going to go all in. Aggression pays.
Yeah.
Button is to C7.
Well, Josh was just looking see if you get the three on the flop. If not, it's an easy walk away.
Yeah. So A1 Accurate, your #1 airport provider in Northwest Ohio and Southeast Michigan. We specialize in corporate transportation. If you're looking to book a smooth and reliable ride, please call us at 419-725-LIMO, L-I-M-O. We also provide limousine service for all your special occasions like weddings, special nights out, birthday parties, bachelorette parties, sporting events, and concerts. Visit us online, services at a1accuratelimo.com.
You got all the high school kids got homecoming coming up. That
That's
might
right.
be a good number to have in your back pocket.
And of course, A1 Shane is a friend of ours, a regular poker player, not afraid of the action.
Fold. C5. Fold. 6. Fold.
That's going to go
C7,
in with
Fold. C8.
a lone ace here.
Well, I think
And
we got
smoke.
jacks. Let's see if
He keeps getting these pocket pairs. He's been playing really tight, Steve.
I know he might
9 calls.
he did call.
He's going to call.
126,000.
I think him rolling over that ace-7 is going to change his image at the table, because I know there was a suited ace that folded to him as well, so it might change his image to the table a little bit if he does come out of this one alive.
Yeah.
But, you know, he's got to make a move there. I mean, he's only got 126K left.
We've got Jonathan at the helm right now dealing. You see this flop of jacks against A7. And
hits
there's
the
the ace. Rainbow.
Hey, you got a runner straight draw. Not anymore. And ace-7's going to take it down.
Wow.
And that'll hurt Smoke.
Yes, it will.
He's actually played really well tonight. I was at the table with him most of the afternoon.
Yeah.
He can fight back.
Yes, he can. And he's, like I said, he's been on a roll. Friday night, which was our 5K guarantee, $135 buy-in. He wound up chopping that 4 ways. That was a pretty good turnout. He won the Pineapple, Crazy Pineapple, Thursday night. And then he made final table
Actions on
last
seat
night, I
one.
believe. So yeah, this is his 4th final table now.
Fold C2. Fold C3.
Well, that crazy pineapple tournament on Thursdays is a lot of fun.
Yes, yes, it really is.
I haven't made it in a few weeks for that, but the times that I have played it, it's usually a good time.
I know Grandma and Grandpa like to play that as well.
They do, and Grandma actually just texted me to see if I was here.
Oh,
Because
Fold.
I'm not on the live stream. She does, doesn't
Oh.
know what to. She's like, you're not at the final table.
Button moves to C9.
Grandma, it's Steve and Vic here. We're here at the Reserve Poker Room, 5105 Glendale. This is our 10K in a day. Sundays have been fantastic. Today was a little slow for us, 34 entries. We're fighting good weather and a lot of football games, and like you mentioned, proms, not proms, but homecomings and things going on like that. But this 10K has been a very popular tournament for us. We've got
C2
tournaments
fold. C3.
7 days a week here.
Fold C4. Fold C5.
So Jerry Buckner is picking
Raises to
Smoke
45,000.
to win the whole
C6.
thing.
Okay. All right, Jerry.
Even though he just had that bad beat with his jacks. I mean, I guess it wasn't a bad beat, but
Yeah.
had that beat.
Calls 45,000. C7.
We got Tony D with aces.
Ah, and he just called.
Yeah, he did just smooth call
Not a big
Daniel's raise.
And
then we got jacks
Fold
too.
C8.
Somebody's gonna get paid off on this one.
C9.
Bob just smooth called. Holy smokes!
wow.
Fold C10.
It's almost like
Am I seeing two people have pocket aces?
yes. Josh. It's coming around to Josh right now.
Holy smokes! Could see some fireworks. Who
Yeah,
knows?
we really could.
The jacks might have a chance.
Raises to 175,000.
If they call, but then again, what did he do? 175?
Fold.
No.
C5.
Yeah, that's our $100,000 black chip out there with 3 yellow chips.
So Tony's certainly going to call.
Right.
The only question is what Bob's going to do here. I mean, I guess Tony could go all in over the top, but I think he's trying to get the action.
Isolated. You would think he would.
This whole hand's got to be confusing to Bob right now.
Yeah.
Fold.
And he does fold
Yeah.
the jacks.
C10 is all in. C6 calls all in.
Aces are going to ace.
My jacks were live.
Wow.
Good point, Bob. Bob
Yeah.
says my jacks were live.
Go for 4 hearts.
I think we're gonna have 4 diamonds. 'Cause I can't get 4.
They're all fighting over what 4-card flush they're going to get.
Right.
I can see that.
We've seen it. It can happen.
Spade.
Usually to me. All right, well, we got 2 hearts out there.
Yeah.
And that's going to do it.
Yeah.
It's going to be a chop pot.
Chop that pot. That big,
Probably thinking
high,
about it,
heavy,
you know,
heavy sigh by Bob. there.
No, they were getting excited. Oh, he raised me?
Himself on the back.
It's the same mentality.
We both got excited.
Leave it up to me to raise them to 2 cents of fucking aces.
Chop the pot. Button moves C7.
With your 2D3
For sure you was gonna shove small blind when he went.
So here at the Reserve, we do have a tournament 7 days a week. Tomorrow night is $90 buy-in, $3,000 guarantee. That's usually a really big night for us. So it's always a pretty big night for a cash game as well. Tuesday we're going to shift things around a little bit. We're going to do free roll for the
The 100K, right?
not the for the 100K. I'm sorry, I said that wrong. It's a satellite. Excuse me, satellite.
satellite.
Satellite, not a
Okay.
free roll.
For
Satellite,
$60.
$65. 1 and 5 players will advance for our $100,000 guarantee. We've got the Fall Classic coming up. We'll talk about that in a little bit.
C7.
But that's, you can come in and
Fold. C9.
65 bucks, see if you can get yourself a seat and a satellite for that $100,000.
Fold. C1.
Wednesday is the bounty tournament. Everybody loves the bounty tournament. $90 buy-in. That's a $2,000 guarantee. Thursday is up in the air. Just told we may or may not have Crazy Pineapple. We're going to kind of wait and see. That'll be announced soon, though. Friday, $5,000 guarantee. That's been a staple of our weekly tournaments on Friday night. $135 buy-in. Saturday is the freeze out. That's a freeze out tournament. That's what we had last night. $165 buy-in, $3,000
Lines will
guarantee.
be up next hand.
And then a week
It's
to
still
go from today,
15,000.
we'll be doing our 10K in a day.
C4, fold.
$185
C5, fold. C6,
buy-in, $100 rebuys, re-entries.
Fold. C8.
Yeah, I actually have to miss a couple of these tournaments this week. I'll be out of town, but yeah, those satellite tournaments usually get pretty lively.
50,000.
Yeah, so that's Tuesday night. That's $65 buy-in.
Fold. C10. Fold. C1. Fold. C2.
And since the aces, we haven't seen.
Cross 50,000.
Brevin gets king queen here. That's
Yeah.
not a bad hand for him.
No.
We are heads up to the flop.
There's the aces that
C2.
everybody had earlier.
Check. C8.
So Thomas is online right now,
That's
thanking
50,000.
you for making a call that got him in the money last night.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was yesterday afternoon.
C8 wins the pot.
That
What moves
was
the
an
C2?
interesting hand. I forget the young man's name. He's not here right now, but we were down to four-handed, and he and I were equal. He had
The blinds at
1,000 more
10,
chips than I
20,000
did.
was at 10,000.
And they had just discussed paying the bubble because they were paying top three yesterday afternoon. And there wasn't consensus, just
Yep.
like there wasn't tonight. And I was under the gun four-handed, and I looked down at 7-9 of clubs. So that's a good chance for me to make a raise, keep the pressure up, because I had the he called me with king 8. Flop 2 pair. His short story is I wound up rivering the straight when I had 14 outs going into the river between the clubs and the
Fold.
straight.
C7.
And he says there was no way, he says, I could have put you on that. He says, I thought for sure you had ace king. And he went all in. And then that left us three-handed. So Tom wound up taking third, and he was very grateful for the hand that I was in with that young man.
Nice.
Fold. C2. Fold. C3. Raises
There we
That's
go.
a strong hand.
Ed's waking up with a strong hand, and Anthony's
Call it 60,000.
rooting him on, saying, take it down, Ed.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Good.
How much it was?
60. 6-0.
So it's the king 8 against king jack. I saw a replay of this hand
C3.
about an hour ago.
Oh, yeah.
Brian, one of our
Brian Patton.
Brian Patton. They're calling the king 8 the Brian Patton now.
Okay.
He actually took the same person out 3 times today with king 8. I got to see the final one. The recipient was not happy. So they had just talked about it the hand before, and he looks at king 8. The other guy shoved, and he's like, "Well, I have to call you. We've been talking about it." And of course, he spikes the 8 and gets the win against the king jack.
Well, there's our chip count right now. Bob improved himself quite a bit.
And
Thanks, guys.
with that great laydown that he had with the jacks too. I
Yes.
mean, he managed to save the most.
Yes. And on that last hand, you know, we saw some, I think, some great play from Ed. He had come out with a raise, got a call, and queens come up, and then he pushes all in. Granted, he was ahead, but he didn't have anything to do in
Action
common
on
with
C6.
that flop, and that aggression paid off.
Fold. C7.
Will, really the first hand he's had since this final table. that's worth doing anything. We'll see if he's going to make a raise here or just smooth call. The 15,000, our blinds are 15 and 5 with a $5,000 ante.
Will tends to be a little aggressive player earlier in the night, so
See, 7 bets 60.
wouldn't be surprised to see him
See 8, call 60.
pushing this one around a little bit.
9, fold. See
Bob
10.
looked a little anxious to get
Fold,
into this
see 1.
hand here.
did.
Like he's just waiting for
It-
Will to count out those chips.
Fold. See
Well,
4.
I mean, he was sitting at the table earlier with
Fold.
Will, so I think he also knows that he's got a pretty wide
Sure, heads up
range.
to a flop.
Yeah.
And he's sitting there with Queen Jack thinking, all right, I got a shot at this one.
Right.
Might as well toss him in.
See 7.
So
Nothing.
no help to either player.
Nope.
145 in the pot. Will's
That's
going to make a bet
80,000.
and make it
See
80,000.
8.
Bob recognizes
Call
that as a
80.
continuation bet and makes the call. As the chip leader, he can do that.
And he hits his queen.
Hits his
Seven
queen.
check.
Now he
See
knows. Got to know he's ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Bets 100. 7 folds. See 8 wins the pot.
Bob takes it down. He's going to improve on his chip lead
Button moves to C4.
by about 130,000, 140,000 improvement on his chip lead right there.
Yep.
Now, yes, forgot to talk about what we're paying here tonight. We are paying the top 10. First place, $2,430. Second, $1,700. Third, $1,250. Fourth, $1,075. Fifth, $875. Sixth, $735. Seventh place is $615. Eighth place, $525. Followed by $425. And 10th place here will take home $370. They paid $185 to get into this tournament. If they did a re-entry, that was $100.
Fold. See 8.
But if you do all the math on what was just on the board, that's $10,000. We had a $10,000 guarantee. Here at the reserve, we always pay our guarantees,
Fold. See 1.
and we're proud of that fact.
Fold. See 2.
Brevin with the
Fold.
ace-6
See
is going
3.
to lay that one
Fold.
down.
See 4.
It's,
Fold. See 5. Raise to
Daniel's
60,000.
got the 9-4 suited.
Yes.
So it's a strong one. He's gonna raise with that.
Going to raise into a guy that's not afraid of the action either.
Yeah.
So
Clear heads up.
it's always good for your image to come in with hands like that, and then particularly if they pay off, because the person you play against cannot see if he
C5
he's going to check. Check, check.
C5. Check. C6.
I think Daniel's given up on this hand.
Yeah, and I mean Tony with the open-ended here. Also that the flush draw. I mean,
Bets 40,000.
Daniel's got no choice but to go
Fold.
away there.
Yeah.
Wins the pot.
Who else we got chiming in?
Terry Cool is saying all-in blind poker league. Go Bob.
Go Bob.
And Bob has a healthy chip stack right now, so he's kind of picking the big dog at the table right now.
Yeah. But the rumble at the reserve last night with the cash game going on in our feature table, and that went very well. We had a cash game out into the main room as
Actions
well.
on C8. Fold. C9.
They played into the wee hours of the morning.
Fold. C10.
We stopped broadcasting at midnight.
C1.
Tim was here at that point to be in the booth, but
Yep.
now he's down in Georgia. We miss you, Tim.
Fold.
Yeah.
C2.
It's,
Fold.
I
C3.
don't know if he's watching us right now, but hopefully he is. You know, he's heading down there for a little bit of a career change.
Yes.
Raises to 40,000.
One of the more famous dealers around here. He's been around the poker scene in Toledo here for I think I've known him for at least 15, 20 years. I don't know. It seems like it's all blended, but he's dealt at a few different places around here.
Yes. So we're going to see a flop.
C6 check.
Got
C7
heads up eight
check.
action.
Tony hits his ace, but he's not gonna bet it. He's gonna bet it. But
That's 40,000.
Will's
Will's gonna
open-ended here.
Yeah, he's definitely making this call.
Calls 40.
We made it affordable.
Now the bad thing is Tony could have cost himself, but he didn't.
Yep. I think any kind of bet is going to
60
cause
back.
Will to
Yeah.
fold immediately.
7 folds.
But you're right. That was pretty risky to hit your ace, and then just put a rather small bet out there. Granted, the pot wasn't that big, but he survived that pot. That's going to put him second. 750 for Bob, 614 for Tony. Josh at 492. Ed at 300. Ed, who was just at the bottom of the barrel there, has moved his way up.
So from last Sunday to this Sunday, I think we were at the final table pretty early last Sunday.
C9.
I think people are kind of expecting right around 8. We usually end up having, between 30 and 60 viewers at any time.
Yeah.
I just saw we had like 35 people chiming in already. So it's always good to get the spectators out there.
Yes, and we're broadcasting through 3 different venues.
Yes.
And so last night we had about 1,000 hits, which is nice. The week before we had close to 2,000.
Fold. C8. Fold.
Daniel's all in here with his queen jack.
5 minutes of pot.
He is going to take it down. Nobody's going to call him that.
A little grin there.
But yeah, for the for seeing how many spectators we have, I guess on the Facebook page is pretty easy. But I don't know how you can view that off of the YouTube site and things like that to get an accurate count of the people watching the live stream on there.
Well, back in the booth, Jim has figured that out.
Okay.
So he's got that up on his screens for all 3 of those venues.
But if you do play here, or even if you don't, I mean, it is fun to actually get a peek at how these people are actually playing and how often they're lying to you about what they have.
That's a good point. A very good point. There, I think Jeff in seat 1 was one of the ones early on that said, "Well, I don't want to go in there. I don't want people to see how I play."
Brevin's got the pocket kings here, but only makes a little raise to 40K. So he's going to try to get some action with these kings, which, in my experience with pocket kings, never works out for me.
Yeah.
There's always an ace on the flop, and somebody's always playing ace rack.
Of course, he was hoping he'd get this kind of action where somebody would go all in, because of course Brevin's going to call. He's the low stack.
C2.
Call.
And immediate call as soon as Jeff folded his hand. Going to have kings against 5s.
Good luck.
I'd rather have the kings in this situation.
Yes, yes. And we'll see if we get a look
I suspect
at
you got
Will's
your favorite
face here when he sees what comes out, because
27.
That's why I'm at.
Brevin basically
His favorite.
limped by
The winning hand.
raise.
He's been running well today. Okay. How much you say? Your turn,
127.
And they're slow rolling each other here a little bit. They're holding on to their cards to see who's going to turn them up, but they both have to turn them up eventually. Oh, and there's the look from Will.
And the expletive.
Your favorite hand?
Yes, and the
Good
expletive.
one.
It is if he wins this hand.
I just want to know, is it your favorite hand before we start? It's not his favorite hand. Like a 5, give me the wheel, something. Hell.
So no help for either party there, but kings are looking strong with 1 card left to go.
that was close. Tell me that's not your favorite hand now.
And Brevin's going to double up.
Good one. Oh, you want to bet your favorite hand?
He's down around
What's your favorite hand?
120.
I don't have one. Aces, of course.
He's going to take that plus the blinds. He's going to be at about 280 now, I believe. 240, something around that area.
So Brian Smith was mentioning that Daniel is sporting some new clothing, because he did, prior to walking in there for this final table, he did just buy a new quarter zip from the reserve, and he's wearing his reserve gear right now at the final table.
We did just get a new shipment. The white is new for us. There is actually a brand new hat too.
Action's on
I
the
might have to
horn.
check that out.
Yeah.
I'm a big hat person.
Yeah, I think you'll like this one. It's a little bit different design and a little bit different hat style. I think it sits down a little bit on your head a little bit more.
Raise
Okay.
to 50,000.
Jeff,
Two fold,
who I don't think
three
has
fold, C4 fold,
intentionally played a hand yet, wakes up with ace queen.
C5 fold.
Dan is going to
C6.
fold threes.
Well, they're not quite 9-4.
No, they're not quite
Seven.
9-4. And now Will wakes up with another pair.
Will's got the pocket kings this time. This time he's definitely going to be more than willing to shove to.
Yep. He's got
50,000.
yeah, and he's got maybe 130 there right now.
C8 fold.
188, I think it's.
188. Okay. He's going to push all in.
Or 108, I'm sorry.
108.
Fold.
Take it account. 100.
It's basically just double what, right around double what Jeff came out with. So Jeff's asking for a count. I don't see Jeff folding this.
I don't either. Mark has chimed in and said he can't hear the players. A lot of times they have the mic pinned right to the lapel, but
Yeah.
obviously they're in a room and not necessarily screaming at one another to get their voices really to enunciate through the mics, and that's something that's a little bit out of our control.
Yeah. We'll just have to continue to share the not the expletives, but the explanations. And he does lay it down.
Wow.
Nice hand.
Strong
Wow.
fold.
Holding on tilt.
I figured you had a big hand.
C7 wins the
Will's
pot.
announcing that he's on tilt. We know differently.
Bad time to raise.
Will's saying he, from the fives that he went all in with, and didn't win that hand, that he's on tilt. But we know differently, and like you said, it's a little different story when you can see what people are playing.
It is.
And it's a lot of fun.
It is. I still get harassed a little bit about when we had the last 100K here.
Yes.
I ended up finishing fourth, but one of the people in front of me had pushed with pocket fives very aggressively, and I was sitting there with pocket nines, and I laid them down because I wasn't feeling the pocket nines.
Yeah.
So everybody's like, "Oh, you should have called." You know, it's like I don't know what he's got. You know,
Yeah.
obviously, if I knew he had fives, I would have made the call in a heartbeat. But
Exactly.
you know, it's
Fold C3.
a little different situation.
Fold C4. Fold C5. Fold C6.
Raise.
Raises to 60,000. 60. C7. Fold. C8. Fold. C9.
He's going to make a raise.
Fold C10.
Chris
Fold.
Smokestack, he was seeing pairs like crazy, and now he hasn't seen anything for quite a while.
Button move C10.
Tony
I-
makes the raise and takes it down, basically takes the blinds down. Got a dealer change coming in.
I am a little surprised that we have not had any knockouts yet at this table.
Yeah.
I think they are kind of waiting for the first one to go, and then the action's going to open up.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. So Jonathan's going to go take a break. Paul's going to step in.
And Terry just chimed in on the live chat saying you should have called with the 9, Steve.
Boy, talking about not being able to live stuff down. My
Hey.
goodness.
All right, good luck.
In hindsight, I wish I would have called with the 9s in that particular instance, but once again, it's a little different when you know what everybody else has.
Yes. Yeah. And hindsight being 2020. Ed's pocket fours first to act. Be interested to see, and he's going to lay that down.
Raise.
6
Raise
raises.
announced from
60 total.
from Tony.
Oh, Tony's feeling strong. He's got
He
that
is.
3 deuce,
Seven
the
fold,
dirty
8
diaper
fold.
as it's called.
Yes. And we'll see if his aggression. It looks like it's going to pay off here, unless we see some.
Oh, 4-3. Brevin, that's not really his wheelhouse of cards usually. So he tends to play more solid cards, but he's actually thinking about it.
Yes, he is.
He-
Call.
See, I knew he was going to make a liar on me.
See what happens if this is all big cards. Mostly is. So,
But Tony's got
Two
4
checks.
diamonds also.
yeah. And he let out.
6 bet 60.
And Brevin's just going to run away as fast as he can.
Yeah. Now, what do you do there if you're Tony? You show that?
I would,
Yeah.
but because I want people, next time when I don't have deuce 3, I want the calls.
Exactly. Yeah. Tony, I believe Tony is someone that doesn't show much at all. Players just in general. I don't show much. I haven't established the knack of showing the bluff. Because there's a way to do that, right? There's
Yes.
a time and place to do
Fours
that.
all in.
I'm a little selective as to which ones I show.
Yeah.
5 folds.
Armando's going to go all in with ace suited, ace 7.
Got ace jack. Tony's certainly going to call here.
Yeah. And that's an indication that the blinds are going up next hand. If you heard that in the background.
I think Tony is actually. I think he was actually thinking about whether or not to raise just to
156.
help isolate,
Yeah.
because there's still a lot of people left to act on this one.
7, 8 folds.
Again, Smokey continues to see
9 folds. 10 folds.
non-playable hands. When he first sat down, he was getting pairs almost
1
every
fold,
hand.
2 folds.
So we're going to have heads-up action here.
What?
It's going to be the ace 7 suited against ace jack.
All right, guys, good luck.
And ace jack. Right
Ace jack right off the bat. No
100.
heart with the heart.
And a heart to.
Come on.
A heart to make Tony
What's
sad.
going on here?
Uno más, uno más.
Good play, bud. Good play. Good play. Take care, man.
Well, if you didn't hear that, it got pretty loud in there.
All the
So Armando is going to take 10th place here. And as a matter of fact, I was wrong. Well, yes, I was right that the blinds are going up.
Yes.
But we are on break. And when we come back, we'll talk a little bit more about Danny's Cafe in Rossford. Let's keep that chip count up there where we've got Tony, then Bob, then Josh, then Brevin, who was really almost out and now has moved up. Smoke has about half the stack he had before.
So we'll be back with our final 9 players here in 10 minutes.
See you soon.
Everybody share? Oh, one more.
I want my chips for.
I'm just seeing how many you have.
You see that chip?
He's ready.
Making a move.
No good luck. Good luck, guys.
Good luck.
Good luck. Except you, Tony.
Hey.
Hey, now.
Said the same
Friendly
thing.
game.
Said the same thing about me earlier.
Oh, boy.
Gotta give him back.
That's right.
Okay,
Action's on 6.
we back?
No headset, you know what headset?
Well, he says the mic can pick me up.
Oh, okay, there you go.
That's beautiful.
And we are back. We're here at our 10K in a day final table.
Good side, is that your good side?
Sunday night here.
6 folds.
We've had one person go out. We had 9 players
7
left.
folds.
That person was Armando.
8
We've got
raises.
$370. Our 10K in a day
70
is
total.
very popular, and we're here at the final table. And I'm going to make a shout out to my daughters, Eve and
9
Caroline.
folds.
Eve reminded me via Facebook that it's Daughter's Day, and I didn't post anything. So I told her she better chime in. And this is Vic here, and joining me in the booth this Sunday evening
One's right.
is Steve.
Done that now before, baby.
Glad to be here, getting to watch some solid poker being played
I
tonight.
didn't want to look at my name, it's so bad.
Here at the Reserve, 5105 Glendale. And our next half hour is brought to you by Danny's Cafe Rossford. Danny's Cafe Rossford is under new ownership management, proud to announce opening in mid-September. NFL Sunday ticket, Lotto, Keno, 10 TVs inside, 2 TVs at our outdoor Main Street patio.
Alright,
Plus
action's
4
on
more
7.
out back in the beer garden. Our hosts are,
Looks like there's a couple double ups.
our hours are 11 a.m. to 2:30 a.m. Saturday through Sunday, Saturday and Sunday, and then 5 p.m. to 2:30 a.m. Monday through Friday. They have new restrooms, new pool table,
8 raises, 70
jukebox,
total.
and golden tea, and yes, we now have
9
draft
folds.
beers.
10 folds.
Into the second hand here of this final table. 9 players left. Steve, just before you put the headset on, I announced a shout out to my daughters, Eve and Caroline. It's Daughter's Day. Eve put something on Facebook about me not putting anything out there about my daughters. So I said, well, chime in the live stream. You can hear me gush.
Well,
And
I did
You've got 1 daughter, 2 daughters.
2 daughters. One is probably getting ready to go to bed. She's a 8th grader.
Okay.
She goes to
Three
bed kind of
calls.
early these days, but and then I have a 20-year-old daughter that is out in Hawaii right now.
Yes.
6
So
calls.
she's actually had just gotten COVID a few days ago. So
Okay.
we got that call from her, and it was, she's calling, crying, saying that she got COVID and that she's feeling really bad. And it's like, you moved to Hawaii. What are we supposed to do about it? So,
I'm gonna say
so
we
she's
have
getting
2 more
better. We've been
times.
texting back and forth, but I did not know that Daughter's Day was a thing, so I did not wish either of my daughters.
Well, there you go. There's
There
your
you
opportunity.
go. Happy Daughter's Day, even though I'm pretty sure neither of you are watching.
Bob has come out here 2 hands in a row
Rob's
with
tried.
aggressive play, and this is going to pay off for him again. As the board is
See
what
what
we
it
call
was
the
like,
Moose,
Dick, that went right through the
8-5. This is a
line, the
super
guy
Moose
missed
with
it, it went-
8-5-5. Bob starts this round as the chip leader and is just going to continue to improve his stack count.
Seem to get past you.
So Grandma had chimed in that her and Grandpa have kind of cuddled up around the computer to watch this final table.
Terrific. Glad to hear it. You didn't hear Bob. Bob just told the other players, he says, I guess you're just going to have to rewatch the live stream to see what I had.
You can't rewind on it until it's over.
Alright, small, big.
And Tim Yeager, who's usually in the booth with me on Sunday nights, chimed in. He's down in Georgia. Had a long drive down there last night. Sounds like everything's doing well. We miss you, Tim. We wish you great luck down there for the next 3 weeks of training for your new job. And blinds are 15, 30, and 15.
And we wish the company good luck trying to train Tim.
Yes.
140.
Smoke, who started this final table with pair after pair and good hand, finally gets 4s. He's the low stack. He goes all in.
folds.
Don't see anybody. See what Will wakes up with. Will's
No.
not going to make this call. And he's going to be able to take down the blinds here. 15 and 30 with a $15,000 ante.
He's thinking about it longer than I would have thought, but I guess it's one of those things.
Yep.
You know.
7 folds.
We've got Paul at the helm here dealing. Just took a 10-minute break.
Thursday, they beat the Steelers Thursday.
We've got our
I feel like
payouts
that's the
there.
time I'd be
$10,000
interested.
guarantee.
Right?
I don't know, man. I'm
$430 for
The
first
question
place,
is
second
going
place
around, I thought I'd ask
1,700,
it.
third place 1,250, 1,075, followed by 875, 735 for 6, 615, and then 525. The next player out is going to take $425. Our 10th place player, Armando, walked out of the building here. He picked up 370 bucks. It's a 10K guarantee. We always pay our guarantees. We had 34 entries tonight. It was a $185 entry fee with $100 re-entries. Another all-in from Smoke. Much better hand than the fours.
Yep. Josh might actually call this one. It's not
10
the
folds.
no, just not.
My favorite hand, but I'm going to fold. 1 folds.
Jeff
Jeff?
announces that's his favorite
3 folds.
hand.
5 folds.
You said your favorite hand was aces.
6 folds.
I think you're lying this time.
Ooh, you man called me out. 7 folds.
Bob's thinking about it. He's got
Thinking about it.
a couple suited small cards, but they'd reach for a straight. I kind of like those. Those are the kind of cards that I strangely like against Big Slick, but not everybody's got the stomach to play like me.
Yes, it's true. Very true.
It's a special breed.
Yes. Now Smokey takes 2 hands down in a row, and that's got to help his confidence a little bit because he went on a drive by there. I believe he's moved up from the bottom at this point, but he's still down there pretty low in terms of chip stack. He's going to be on the big blind this time.
So Jeff's going to have to pick his moment here pretty soon,
Alright,
too.
action down 10.
Yeah. Yes, he is. He's only played a couple of hands so far.
10 raises to 75 total.
I like this. We'll see if somebody makes a 3-bet here against him and if he's going to
2
call
folds.
that, but that's a good aggressive play. Maybe not the best position to do that in, though, is it?
Probably not, but you know, it's one of those hands that
Yep.
Good luck to
I
you.
don't know. What's,
Got 2 even. 200 even. 5 and 6 folds.
I think Josh is going to make this call. It's not that much
7 folds.
for
8
him to
folds.
call. He's already taken a stab at it. He knows he's got the suited connectors, so
9 folds.
This is what I get for being cheeky.
Cheeky, is that what he said? That's what
yeah,
I get for being cheeky?
that's what I get for being cheeky.
Which, you're right. He's got to make the call because it's not a whole lot more than what he had put out there to begin with.
Exactly. It's 125 to call. I mean, he's still going to have over. Oh,
he's
he
gonna
lays
lay
it down. Wow.
And he's right. He got cheeky. And so there we are with Bob, 905,000, followed by Tony, followed by Josh. Brevin, who was the low stack there a while ago, is now moved into about 4th place stack. Smoke is now 5th place. He was low. And you're right. Dan, Will, and Jeff are probably going to have to make some moves here soon.
And Ron Spears has chimed in. He's picking Brevin to take this whole thing out.
All right.
Down.
Okay. He sees something in that young man. Brevin does play very solid poker.
All right, actions on 1.
He's on the soccer team at Bowling Green.
And Tim picked Corey, who is not at this table.
1 fold, 2 folds, 3 folds. 5 is all in. It's all in for 165. 6 folds. 7 folds. 8 folds.
So Dan is all in here with his ace-7. We have seen ace-7 take 1 pot down already and all in.
Yeah.
9 folds.
Smoke's looking at the 4s, and he's going to
Holy
toss them.
shit, Smoke got me worried. You got that, I want to call that man so bad looking at your eye.
Big grin from Dan. Glad to take
See if I
that
get to roll
down.
like smoke.
I was worried about the look in Smokey's eyes when he looked down at those fours, thinking maybe he was going to call.
What?
Say good luck.
Roadkill Mark says he picks Tony. And Tim changed his vote. He's gonna take Daniel now.
Oh, he is.
All right,
Okay.
action's on 2. 2 folds.
Daniel's sporting a new shirt. We've got new shirts in here. Nice white one with the reserve on it. We've got some new hats in. People
3
are
raises, 90 total.
liking those. And
5
Ed,
is all in.
225.
Daniel is back to being all in again.
225.
he might not have moved his cards in the right spot for us to
6,
know what
7,
they
8
are.
folds.
But I think we're going to find out soon.
We're just gonna assume it's deuce 3 offsuit and go from there. He's gonna get a caller
9
this time, I think. There's some solid hands
10
out
folds.
there,
1 folds.
and he's not a huge chip stack. There's enough people that have been waiting on hands, and I think Ed might be one of them. So only 135 more for him to call.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now we get to see what he's got.
Big hand.
Looks like it might be
Paid way too
ladies.
many
It looks
aces.
like he's got queens.
No way. No, I've
Look
paid
up
way
the
too many.
queens.
What?
I've already paid way too many aces. I'm not paying this.
If he doubles up here,
Well, and the bad part for Daniel is that Tim picked Daniel. So
Thank you.
that
the curse.
the bad
like
part
the hands
is
gonna be
this
2
could be an instant ace on the flop.
We're looking up on the screen. Oh,
Lop
Oh.
comes
what a
in.
fucking sweat.
Oh,
Not this way. Slow. Slow.
sweats, he says. He's
Slow
dripping.
motion, baby.
All right. Deuce the hearts on the river.
A rag there.
Deuce the hearts.
And
Here we go.
Deuce the hearts.
it was a black card, but not the
And he
not the
doubles up.
shovel.
He's alive. He's
Has to be a sweat. Has to be a sweat.
He's rolling up his sleeves.
Nice hand, man.
Daniel's made quite a turnaround here.
Yes. He's pretty aggressive there early on, as Daniel can be.
Thankfully, one more.
Blinds are 15 and 30 with a $15,000 ante.
All right,
The
action's on
button's
3.
going to be on Josh. Ed looks down at 10-8.
3 folds, 5
He's
folds.
gonna be looking to push with any solid hand that he gets here soon.
Yeah. Yeah, that hurt, losing that.
6 raises, 85
Especially
total.
when he flopped the nut flush draw, thinking he had a chance there.
7, 8 folds.
Tony, wide range of cards he likes to play. He raises with ace-4.
I like Smoke's hand, but
I do
he
too.
doesn't like it.
Yeah.
10 calls. 1 fold. 2 folds. All right, heads up.
Heads up action here.
All right, action's on 6.
Continuation bet.
80.
See if Josh reads that properly or not. I wouldn't say properly, but gets a read
Yeah.
here. Let's see if he gets a read.
I mean,
And
the
he's
reality is he didn't hit either, so he's
Yeah.
probably assuming one way or another he's behind.
Yeah.
All right, I know you're not supposed to talk about it. Blink once if we're going to D today.
Seat 1 is Jeff Moody.
Listen, keep
Jeff
blinking.
Moody.
Maybe
Seat
it'll add
2 is
quick.
Griffin. Ed at seat 3.
It's Sunday
Armando
fun
had
day.
been at seat 4. He took
Sunday.
I don't got to work
He
till
took
5.
10th
I got
place.
to be here tomorrow. No golf course.
Daniel at seat
Wednesday.
5. Tony at seat 6. Will at seat 7. Bob at
No,
8.
it's close. Well, they have a collegiate tournament this weekend.
Smokestack,
This
otherwise
weekend,
known as
that
Chris.
weekend. Sunday,
Chris,
Monday,
otherwise known as
Tuesday.
Smokestack at seat
Action's on
9. And Josh
So-
at seat 10.
Daniel's going to push some action here actually with King Jack.
First act. 30,000 to call. and he
30,000 to
folds.
call. He lays it down. Now he's got a few chips in his pocket, and he wants to keep them, I
He
guess.
wants to keep him. He wants to
You
make
play golf?
Tim proud.
6 raises to 60.
Tony continues to keep pressure going
You
here.
put there?
I've not.
Beautiful course.
Definitely not within Will's
Don't they have the
wheelhouse.
sectionals there?
Let's see if
That's some collegiate tournament.
I can see Smokey making this call.
Like Toledo's like
Yeah.
collegiate.
And
But
he
he's
doesn't.
laying it down too. We're just batting 1,000 here.
We
I
are.
don't think they're doing physical things there.
We definitely are.
Josh is going to lay down threes.
Yeah, it's not the easiest course to play.
No.
To get in the door.
Expensive too.
That aggression's going to pay off. He's going to take down the blind.
It's like 200, 250.
Tony
to play.
D's up to nearly $1 million in chips now. We got the bottom three are all sitting right around 200 or less, and actually bottom four even.
Yes.
If you're like a client, yeah, they'll pay for it. Like if it's a buddy, I'm sure he'll probably, hey.
Yep, Tony's aggression has helped him out quite a bit. He's back up into the chip lead.
I played Inverness 10 times this year, yeah.
I believe he started the final table as the chip leader.
And especially like if they got 7 guys out there.
You
That's,
played it that many times?
no, I played it all. We're allowed to play on Mondays and then I'll play for caddy training, so I played it 50, 60 times. Probably more than that, honestly. Only played it once this year though.
7, 8 folds.
I had a buddy who bid on a foursome out at Inverness and won the bid.
9 folds.
And
Scott has chimed in. How you doing, Scott?
With a member. So they showed up in a member and I
Watching
was
tonight.
going to be their fourth.
Really?
Our live stream,
I didn't find out until
10K
later
in a
that they
day.
played as a
1
threesome.
fold.
$185 buy-in,
I know.
$100 re-entries.
2 is all in.
Brevin,
Making the shove with 7.
big sevens. Ed's thinking, man, I wish he would have just limped because I want to see a flop with with these clubs. He's thinking about it, but he's going to have. I think he's going to have to lay it down. He calls. We continue to bat 1,000. I do at least.
3 folds.
Daniel's got to think about this. This is definitely within his wheelhouse of cards that he likes to play.
It is, but knowing how Brevin plays, I think he's safe laying that down because he knows he's got something. I mean, Queen 10 offsuit might not be have enough juice to get him there even.
So there you go, Ron Spears. Your horse has just picked up the blinds to help his stack a little bit, help his position. And now he's in good position to, if you start seeing some good cards, just to ride out the blinds for several hands.
All right, action's on 7.
1 million.
Yeah, Tony did come over to thank me after I busted out as the bubble. This is a class act.
Well,
you know,
yes.
coming over, you know.
Yeah.
Somehow
And at least he's making the best of it.
Yes.
Best of the opportunity so
7's all
far.
in.
All right, and Will is pushing all in with his
170.
King 10.
8 folds. 9 folds.
Josh is looking at Queen 9 and acting like he's thinking about it.
Acting like he's thinking about it, yeah.
1 fold.
Brevin's going to fold the 8-7.
3 folds.
7-3 from Ed being.
5's all
Dan
in.
is going to call, I think.
No, he just went all in.
Oh, okay.
He wants to isolate this.
Yep.
6 folds.
And Tony's shaking his head because he's very upset he does not get to play a 7-3
All right,
of
one
hearts.
Yes.
He's going to flop a straight flush.
Live cards. You get 2 live cards.
What is it? 7-3 hours.
Well, that's the nut.
He's letting him know he
All right,
folded.
good luck.
Well, you were right. He wanted to play that. He's telling that to Dan. He wished he could have played that 7-3.
Oh, and he would have
Hard on
hit
the turn.
4 hearts.
Yeah.
Hard on the turn versus what?
Oh,
I said a
there, there is no sweat.
Oh my goodness.
I swear.
Load
I
up.
wouldn't even ask you to turn on the turn.
Wow.
Jesus.
Wow. Says Will.
Running good.
Right an opportunity here.
Okay, guys.
Will to double up here. Even better than double up. Now he's got 385,000.
Good luck.
Should put him in about 4th spot here. Oh, Oh no, that's prior to that.
And Daniel's back down below 200K again.
Yeah.
He is taking the roller coaster that I frequently take when I play these tournaments.
Yes.
But you can't be afraid to put him in there.
All right, all right.
Super Sunday.
Another shout out. You can see we've got Danny's Cafe. We've had some great advertisers with us this month of September. October's coming up. We've got a few opportunities for you folks out there that would like to investigate buying ad space during our live streams. Give us a call here at the Reserve. And Josh wakes up with Ace King.
I think he should raise here, but not necessarily push all in, because I think he might scare away some of the action that he desperately needs.
He does need the action. He does push all in.
245.
Jeff is certainly going to fold the 10-7.
C2 fold.
Ooh, Queen Jack of Diamonds. I like that hand.
Yeah.
Fold. C6.
But, and you know what? He would have gotten action from that Queen Jack of Diamonds if he had just done a min raise or something like that.
Yep.
Of course, he might have also lost.
That's true. Like the Ace Queen just lost to
Yep. The King 10.
King 10. So he's going to take that down. Update here with Bob in the chip lead, closely followed by Tony and Josh, Ed, Brevin.
Just three of them? Three.
Blue Line Roofing. 3 estimates, 419-242-4222. Blue Line is our good friend, George.
You ever use a chainsaw?
Blinds are up.
Blue Line
done that
Roofers
either?
is local,
Cut my hand off, right?
family-owned
Cut
business.
my hand.
Been calling Toledo their
Wow.
home since
I'm coming here
1964.
looking like Gary.
Located on North Summit Street, serving Toledo and surrounding area for almost 60 years.
C9 fold. C10
Call
fold.
419-242-4222 today for a free estimate from a highly qualified and experienced roofing company that is licensed, insured,
C2.
and longstanding member of the Better Business
Either
Bureau.
me or you, one of us had one. Good luck, man.
C3 is all in. C5 fold. C6 fold.
Kind of expected Ed to make some kind of move.
Yep.
Look at all the hearts, though.
I ain't one single hand.
So Will's going to limp in and make the call, too.
Huh.
Call is 50,000.
He's thinking he's got the heart outs, but he does not.
Yes,
Call is 50,000.
exactly.
And
Alright, we still have side action. Please do not leave your cards to talk about your hand.
We've got potential side action between Will and Bob.
C7 check. C8 check.
And this will be a typical check down, I think, right?
I would assume so.
C8
Yeah.
check.
Until somebody's going to hit something on the river, because that's what happens, and there's the 8.
There's the 8.
So Will
C7 check. C8
take
check.
it down
Oh, yeah,
with
check.
2 pair.
Got an 8.
Pair 8 for winner.
And in standard fashion, the worst hand going in will win this pot.
See you later, man.
Yep.
So 9th place now, taken down by Ed, $425 for 9th place. Next player is going to garnish $525. This is a $185 buy-in. First place is $2,430, our 10K guarantee. We always pay our guarantees here. If you do the math on all that, that adds up to $10,000. This week we've got tournaments every night. Monday night, $90 buy-in for a 3K guarantee. Monday's a strong night for us, not only for the tournament but also for cash games. Tuesday we've got the satellite for our 100,000
Actions on C10.
100K coming up, and that's a $65 buy-in. 1 in 5 will get a seat to that 100K after playing on Tuesday's tournament.
C2.
Wednesday night, our usual bounty tournament. People love that. It's a $2,000 guarantee, $90 entry. Wait to see what we're going to do for Thursday yet. Friday is our 5K. Very much a staple for our tournaments every week. That's a $135 buy-in. Saturday evening is the freeze out, $165.
Fold.
No rebuys, no re-entries, and no add-on.
I'm
True
assuming
free roll
Smoke's
freeze
gonna
out.
push. I think Smoke's gonna push here. He's gotta like his hand enough. Tony raised a little bit, but I think for Smoke, he should probably just shove here and put the decision back on Tony. Sorry, I did not mean to cut you off there.
No, I'm glad you did. Now
I got one right.
you got one right.
180,000.
So 75 more?
75 more. Tony certainly the type of player is going to make that call.
He looks down and acts like it's
Calls
nothing.
all in for 180.
Yeah. Suited diamonds. I mean,
Whoa, look at here.
connected diamonds, connected hearts.
Wow.
Smoke obviously the favorite going into this flop, but we never know.
There's a diamond in the window and a queen.
And a 9. A little something for
everybody.
well, that doesn't help anybody.
8 or 9?
An 8 or a 9 for Tony. And he does not get it. So Smoke's going to double up.
Yes. And that puts a little twinkle in his eye.
Now
Yep.
the pot button needs to
A
see
little
that.
bit of a grin. And a cough.
And you might see the blue chips that Smoke throws the dealers occasionally. Not
Yes.
not very frequently at this final table because, quite frankly, he hasn't won many hands.
So
But-
he comes into every tournament, buys $15 worth of chip tips, and every time he wins a hand, he chips the dealers. That's very much appreciated. Great attitude, and it kind of helps set the stage for everybody coming in. What are those for? Well, you got to tip the dealer. Dealers are volunteers here. They rely on your tips, whether it's cash or tournament. So it's much appreciated. Thanks for pointing that out.
Yep.
You're right. That's
X's on seat 1.
Yeah, and a lot of times in the tournament world, I guess usually you're tipping out as you're cashing out.
Yeah.
Bronze one on
So
Thursday.
as you're collecting your prize money, you're sitting there tipping the dealers.
Next Friday.
Seat 6.
But one thing we haven't mentioned, if you don't know the denominations of the chips here, the maroon chips are worth 5,000. The yellow chips are worth 25,000. You'll see a few people out there with black chips, which are 100,000. And as we mentioned, the blue chip, the lone blue chip on the table, is a tip chip for the dealer.
That's right.
Worry about next week on Monday. I think it's the Falcons. I could be wrong.
The Falcons?
Dan raises with Jack-8 of clubs, and he's going to get paid off
5 is the pot.
for that aggression, take down the blinds. He's got a range, and not always easy to put him on a hand. Back to Blue Line Roofing, though. Very proficient at online permitting. We do it the right way. Tell Blue Line Roofing you saw their ad on the reserve live stream and receive $50 off your next roofing needs
I'll
purchase.
take one right here.
George Rogers is the man to talk to there at Blue Line Roofing.
Walks at the beach.
X's on
And
seat
George
2.
had a monster stack of chips in this.
Today?
Oh, today's.
Okay.
I don't know what happened to George, but
If you got someone
I
else
mean,
carrying a bag for you, you're riding.
he got
riding
moved
the
when our
cart.
table broke, and he had a huge stack of chips in front of him.
Good luck.
Seat 5 fold.
All it takes is a couple hands to
Yes.
change your fortune.
Absolutely.
Fold. Seat
I
7.
was actually down to 5,500 in chips, and then built back up to a few 100,000 to and then eventually get knocked out as the bubble.
As the bubble, yeah.
I didn't even have enough to cover the big blind,
10.
but was able to build back up.
So Brevin won all in with Jack-10, and now he's going to go up against Josh, who's got pocket 9s. Jeff has folded the ace-deuce offsuit.
215.
Brevin does not look excited that he got that call.
No, he doesn't.
Little does he know, he's got 2 overs.
All right, go ahead, roll.
And he's going to find that out now.
It's probably in as good of a situation as he can be.
Yes. Yeah. This is Brevin's tournament life here.
Could do running spades, running straight. And or just hit the jack outright and
Well, that's going to leave Josh with
C2 wins the pot.
the small stack, I believe, at the table right now. Although he did at one point have a black chip, I think he might still have that.
Josh did say nice hand, but the tone in his voice didn't really seem genuine.
Right.
Good answer.
Well, no, yeah, I got it.
Anthony is back on watching again.
Yeah,
Hello
big
out to
one, please.
Anthony
It's just how it goes.
and Brent.
Well, it's still pretty strong. Hand, even
Big
if he
blinds,
had
yeah.
like ace king, you know,
Yeah,
he'd
you
still
get first
do all right against it if he went for it.
Bet it's 90,000.
So we got Dan and Tony both waking up with decent hands here.
C6.
So there's
He
going to be
raises
some
to
action.
90. Okay.
Tony's
Call it
just going to call.
90,000.
I
Makes
don't
the
know.
call.
It seemed like he was wanting to push a little
Fold.
more in there,
Yeah.
but
Oh,
Call it 90. C9.
all right. And Bob's going to go ahead and call as well with King 9.
Fold.
Well, that's interesting.
C1 is all in the left.
Do you think he got bored?
He might have. We
30,000.
also have Jeff all in as well with Queen 10,
Call.
and
C2
Brevin.
calls 90.
Brevin's calling with Jack 10. So this is a pretty action-filled pot here.
Yes, it is.
There's still a lot of side action, so we're not going to see anybody's hand rolled over just yet. But we do have a couple all-ins.
Alright, we still have side
or
action. Please,
just one all-in, I guess.
By your hand, please.
And a couple people had the kings. So we got a king 9 and a king jack out there that would have flopped top pair.
C6. That's 150,000. C8.
Bob's not afraid.
Calls 150,000. C2. Fold. C5.
Brevin folds his running
Oh.
royal draw.
Yes.
See, I'm
So
always
that's our side pot with the main pot there underneath the cards.
C6.
4 doesn't help anybody. And you know Tony's going to
That's
keep the pressure on.
100,000. C8.
he went from 150,000 back to 100,000, which is a move that I like to do. Always kind of backing down the bet just
Yes.
to keep people guessing.
Calls.
So Bob just calls,
Bob needs a 9 here.
but he did get the 3.
C6.
So Tony's got the check mark by his name here, and he's going to take it down. It's just how many more of Bob's chips he's going to take.
Tough spot for Bob.
It is.
At this point, you got to believe, I think the way Bob plays, he's kind of running back, all the way back to the beginning of the hand.
Yeah, he's looking at the 7s out there that he wasn't really
fold.
considering initially, but
And he folded.
yeah.
Got to flip him over because there was an all-in. We get to see the Queen 10 and the Kings and Jeff.
Jeff goes out in 8th place.
He's going to make an exit here at 8th place. He's going to take down $525.
You'll be slow.
Good job, Jeff.
Well played. He was pretty card dead at the final table, so he just sat there, and those blinds will eat you up.
So we're down to 7 players here. First place is going to be 2,430, with 7th place being 615. That's the next payout that happens. We're at our
Actions on C6.
10K in a day here at the Reserve Poker Room, 5105 Glendale.
Tony has a commanding chip lead now
Yes.
for the tournament. So he's sitting at
Oh,
1.4
7.
million, with the next closest person to him, I believe, being under 500,000.
Fold. C8. Fold. C9.
That is a commanding lead. Again, he's going to thank you again for
Oh,
going out
yeah.
on the bubble,
C10.
And
giving him this
yes.
opportunity.
and Josh is going to go all in with Ace Jack. And he's only got 30K left, so,
For 30.
but he's
Good luck all in.
he's gonna be thanking Jeff for going out the hand before,
Yeah.
so he gets a bump up in pay by almost $90
Too bad.
if he gets knocked out.
I'm pretty scared of that. I'd be pretty scared of that 4-6.
With Daniel. Daniel's got. Ooh.
Jack in the window. I think he might be hanging around.
I'll even do a 3.
I guess I shouldn't speak.
Make him sweat.
Better.
Open-ended.
Oh.
All right.
But Josh is gonna hang around
Gotta
a
have
little longer.
sweat, right?
Yeah, I mean, like,
Yeah, it was easy.
yeah.
Buttons on seat 2.
He's like, heck, no, I didn't want to sweat there.
Deborah would like to know where are the ladies. There were a few in the tournament today, but they did not. They didn't fare as
I'm
well.
gonna ask one time.
So
I got my sweat. I'll have it.
typically, there's
I got
I don't know
10,000 back.
what you
I'll
say
take
about
mine. I gotta
10%
take
of the clientele.
Yes. Yeah. On any given night might be a little bit more.
In a dream.
And
Don't
we
forget
have
about the
had,
drink.
In a chair.
prior
In a
to
chair.
our
Here
live
we go.
stream, we have had an all-ladies more than once final table.
Another
It's always
push
fun
before
to
the blinds
see.
hit you.
Yeah. Never know.
So we got Bob with Big Slick here, and Will with Ace-6.
Raise.
Now back to your comment about what Josh did earlier here. Instead of going all in, he's going to make a significant
90,000.
raise.
Yep.
Seat 9. Fold. Seat 10. Fold.
He does
Seat
want
2.
some action.
Fold. Seat 5. Fold. Seat
Yeah,
6.
and you want one caller, but not. And Tony's sitting there with Jacks, and he might actually shove. To try to protect him, because he did see Bob lead out with a big bet.
I like the acting job here. I think
Yeah.
he's letting Bob think that he's just got one of those maybe marginal hands of 7s or
Raise
8s
to
or something.
250,000.
But he is going to raise.
And Bob's going to probably go all in, I would guess.
I would think so. He's got, what do you think that is?
He's got 370.
370 back.
Come on.
Yep, and he does. He pushes all in. See, we're getting better at this. It was going to be tough for us to get worse.
Yes, it was. Yeah.
And now Tony, I would assume is just going to insta call here. I mean, he's committed more than half the chips anyway already.
470. $470.
Not sure why this isn't a snap call. This is an interesting hesitation by
He's
by
wondering
Tony.
what he ran into here.
Yeah, true.
Call.
And he makes the call.
Yeah.
Queens? You got queens?
No, I got jacks.
It is a 50-50. Doesn't get more even than this.
Right.
But
Definitely a coin toss.
Good luck.
Thank you.
It is Bob's tournament life here, who has been the chip leader for most of this final table.
until Tony took that big hand off him with the King Jack, I believe.
Yeah.
Pair the board. Pair the board.
3.
Oh boy,
Come on, 3.
straight
Some
draw
outs
with
now.
a gutter ball.
Oh.
He
Oh,
hits
and
the
there's
ace
the
on
ace.
there.
Holy cow.
Tony's not happy about that river.
No, but Bob is very happy.
Yes, he is, and with that, he will.
Get closer to $1 million.
Yep, I think
I think he'll be the chip leader at this point.
it's
Yeah.
going to be close.
It's going to be close.
Yeah, I think he does overtake Tony with that though.
River's brutal.
Do you think Tony is thinking he had a choice, or is he just pissed off that his jacks didn't hold up?
I think, yeah, I don't think that Tony was going to do anything different there.
Yeah.
I mean, it was honestly just good betting by Bob by
Excellent,
not
you did.
doing the big push and just doing the raise, which made Tony raise again, and then Bob came over the top because when you shove all in, a lot of times you're just going to kill
Raise
that
to
action.
100,000.
Yeah.
Even though it was a sweat, right now Bob's pretty happy he got that action.
Yes. Yes, he is.
Fold C6.
And if I'm at the table, I'm not happy that Bob's got all those chips. I think he's a very strong, solid player, as is Tony. We had a really good, solid final table here.
Well, and in the last 100K, I think Tony was at the final table with me as well.
Yes.
I mean, he was. I think he went out 6th or something like that.
Something
but he
like
was,
that.
And there were over 1,000 people with the re-entries that were involved in that. So it took a little doing to make it that
Blinds
far.
up to
Yeah.
25,000, 50,000.
And we had a live stream for that back in April.
Get that, Jim?
It was so popular. The reserve decided to invest in this equipment, and we're glad of it. It's fun to be a part of it. Hope people are having fun watching it. We've been doing it every Saturday and Sunday now in the month of September, trickling in a little bit. Probably going to have 14, 15 different times coming up in October because we do have the Fall Classic coming up.
Fold.
I'm gonna have to
Fold.
bend my schedule around that, I believe.
Yeah, so starting on October 16th, the Sunday night, with a 10,000 guaranteed free roll.
215,000.
And then Monday, $3,500 guarantee pineapple, Monday the 17th of October.
C6 fold. C7.
Tuesday, the 18th, is 5,000 guaranteed PLO. So we're mixing that up. The buy-in is $100 for that. That pineapple is a $70 buy-in.
And Will is going all in with jacks here. I didn't want to interrupt you.
No,
We're,
please do.
Yep.
We'll get back to that.
And Tony laid down a really nice hand, which was Jack 10 suited. I think he's still kind of reeling over the hand that he lost with his jacks.
Good in.
Daniel all in as well. So we have a similar situation, but I don't think Daniel's hand was quite as strong as the ace king against the jack, but you never know. All
And
it
this
takes
is
is one
Daniel's
card.
tournament life right here.
And he hits his 5.
Yeah.
No club, though, no club.
And if he could divide that down, he'd have quad 5s.
And that's it for Daniel.
That's it for Daniel.
Sorry, Tim.
Thanks, man.
Your horse is going out, and he's taking down $615 for 7th place. We're now down to 6 players. Next player out's taking $735, and first place is going to take $2,430. It's a $10,000 guarantee. Pay our guarantees here every day that we have a guarantee. And second place $1,700, third place $1,250, fourth $1,075, and fifth is going to be $875. Again, down to 6 players. And Steve, the play has to start changing, right? You
Yep.
start getting shorthanded.
Well, you get short-handed, and then you have a little wider range. You don't expect the hands when you're at 6 players. You don't expect the hands to be quite as strong. So a lot of times, just an ace high might make you call to at least see the board here.
Yeah.
So people will start going and shoving with a lot less than what was required when you had a full table.
As an example, on the button, everybody folds. You got 7-8 suited. I think it's a good opportunity to raise, but he's
Certainly,
gonna fold.
I would have raised there myself, but I love those suited connectors.
Do the next best thing. I'll let you decide.
C8 call.
I check.
C9 checks.
All right, so the battle of the blinds here. 3-4 against
we are
Queen
heads
9.
up.
Chip leader against.
Well, the 3-4 is not sitting too bad.
No,
Bet's 50.
gonna make a bet, and
Smoke will
is
just
gonna
lay it down.
quickly lay it down.
Yeah.
Fold.
So back to that Fall Classic,
Button
starting on
8.
Sunday the 16th of October, coming up here soon, just a couple weeks out, and went through some of the tournaments.
Ready, Tony?
We've got Wednesday the 19th is a $7,500 guarantee, $50 bounty, $165 buy-in. Thursday, the 20th, is main event 1A. That's $260 buy-in. Main event being the $100,000 guarantee with $100 re-entries, starting with a $40,000 chip stack.
No.
Then we've got 1B and 1C, 1D going into Friday, Saturday. Saturday evening is
Action's on too.
day 1E, followed by Sunday at 1:15, the main event. That's $100,000 guarantee and top 15% advance to that final.
Six calls.
It's going to be a great week of poker. We've got some buy-ins here at 260, but then we've got a couple of great tournaments that people can come in. That guaranteed $3,500 guarantee pineapple tournament on Monday, $70 entry fee. Tuesday, $100 entry fee for the $5,000 guarantee PLO. People are going to have a lot of fun with that tournament, I believe.
Yeah, the big one is that $7,500 guaranteed with the $50 bounty one on Wednesday. That always sees a lot of action when they run those. But
All right, 4 of you, one going.
And we'll be live streaming a number of those events with feature and final
Action's
tables
on
that
6.
week.
Oh, sorry, action's on 9.
so Tony hit bottom pair here, but he's the only one that caught any of it.
9 checks, 6 checks, 8 checks.
Gonna check around.
And that's
It should change the action a little
yeah,
bit.
it should.
6 checks, 8 checks.
Josh is all in.
And he
9
is
checks,
going to
6
win
checks.
it.
All right, it's all in, everyone flips them up.
Got a 9.
I have a king.
That's going to take it.
So we did have Roadkill Mark point out that Brevin's getting lonely at that end of the table since he has got all the elbow room he wants. We have 5 people jammed into from seat 6 to seat 10, and
Yes.
then Brevin all by himself in seat 2 at the other end of the table.
Yes. Yep. So that helps Josh position quite a bit. When he was all the way down to 30,000, now he's got 365.
Yep.
Brevin there and Smoke bringing up the rear.
See, normally in this situation too, you'd be able to spread out a little bit, and that, but you have the RFID readers for the cards, so you
correct.
can't leave your spot by too much.
Right.
So, so Brevin's just going to enjoy that space.
Yes.
Raises to 100.
Tony's going
7,
to keep
8
up the
folds.
aggression. Short-handed, being 6-handed here.
9 folds. 10 folds.
Josh making a very odd face.
Yes.
About right.
And that aggression is going to pay off, pulling down the blinds for Tony.
Trying to rebuild.
Yeah, he, like you said earlier, he was chip leader by far. And after losing big hand to Bob, now Bob is the chip leader, but it's a lot tighter. And we've got our next advertiser here for our live stream,
All right, action's on 7.
and that's Carpet Spectrum, which is really just around the corner from us. And Carpet Spectrum, home of all your flooring and floor care needs.
7 folds.
Raises.
8 raises.
Bob's got a couple
100
diamonds
total.
here with the ace of diamonds. Making a raise to 100K, putting a couple
9
decisions
folds.
on some other people, but
10 folds.
no hands really strong enough to hang with them just yet.
And we'll see if he and Tony go at it again,
Tony likes his 9-10, so
Alright,
he's
he
gonna
does.
get in there for.
especially since it was a min raise.
Yeah, he gets a discount on that one.
Action's on 6. Checks.
And Bob did hit his 8.
Did hit his 8.
8 bets, 150.
150. Tony could read this as a continuation bet, or he could say, I hit none of that, I better get out of here.
6 folds.
And that's what he's going to do. He's going to fold.
100.
But Carpet Spectrum, Anthony, not Big Anthony Halt, but the other Anthony is a regular player here. He is one of the salespeople there. Carpet Spectrum. It's a family owned for 18 years, supplying and installing floor covering ranging from carpet, luxury, vinyl planking, hardwoods, ceramics, and laminate. Carpet Spectrum is home to one of the largest remnant rooms in Toledo and surrounding area. Come in and mention that you saw the ad on the Reserve Poker Club live stream and receive 20% off your next order. Again, they're right around the corner. We're at 5105 Glendale. We're Glendale and Reynolds. And they are located at 1855 South Reynolds. Bob gets an ace.
8 folds.
Oh, he's going to fold that.
9 folds.
And once again, you are watching the Super Sunday $10,000 guaranteed. This is our final table. So
10 folds. 2 folds.
6 people left, all battling for the top prize.
And we're paying top 10 tonight. We've already paid out 4 places. First place being 2,430. People paid $185 to get into this tournament with $100 re-entries. We had 34 entries. I don't know how many re-entries we had. But
Tony hits top pair and takes down the pot. Yeah, these tournaments sometimes it sounds like there's not a ton of people in them. However, with the re-entries only being $100, there are always a lot of rebuys, and it's a pretty active day.
yes. Yeah, it certainly is. We got Paul at the helm right now, dealing the cards out.
All right, action's on 9.
Blinds are 50 and 25 with a $25,000 ante.
Hold.
And Smoke just continues to not see much. Josh, who had moved himself up well. Brevin continues to fold.
6 folds. 8 checks. All right, guys, heads up.
Makes a call on the small blind. And Bob's got the moose, 8-5.
And he hit his 5.
7 checks.
And that was very loud.
Yes.
Okay.
It sounded like a rebooting computer or an email or something.
Something. Somebody chiming in, and Bob's going to bet that and take that down.
So the nice thing about this tournament structure with the low cost rebuys is that it doesn't take a lot for that prize pool to get way over the guaranteed 10,000.
Yes.
I know the one I took down a few weeks ago, it was
14,000.
14,
I think it was.
yeah.
I know since they've had the band
It adds up quickly.
All right,
Yes,
action's on
it
10.
does.
just grown.
Oh, we're gonna get some action in this hand.
10 is all in.
Good guy.
Look all in. I see that now before I even looked at my hand. Good luck to you.
300 total.
Oh.
2 is also all in.
Yep, and Brevin's gonna call him here with that King 9.
Yeah, that's been his
Suited.
best opportunity
Yeah.
so far.
There he is, sitting lonely at the one end of the table by himself.
Yes.
6 folds.
60, but it's 300.
Oh, pocket 10s for Bob too.
Wow.
I would imagine Bob might get in this one as well with an opportunity to take out 2 individuals that,
That's an easy fold.
compared to him, have shorter stacks.
Right.
There we go.
Smoke might jump in on this too, just for pot
Here we
odds on
go.
his money. You might think he's live.
He needs what to call 150.
Yeah,
He's on the big blind.
he's only got 145 left, but there's a lot of money in that pot.
He's got his fingers in the fold position.
He does, but that's
Folds.
and
Scared.
not going to be surprised to see the queen come here for him if he would have called. But
Run right through both of them, so you in good luck, sir.
I don't know. Smoke might have missed an opportunity.
All right,
there.
guys,
He
flip
might
them.
have. And he might be thinking about that.
Bunch of live cards. Timing.
Got a main pot and a side pet.
All right, guys, good luck.
No other betting going on. All the cards are out there. Keeps Bob in the lead.
And there's the 9 for the King 9 of Brevin. And Brevin,
Nice. Hit it off, but you had less and you had more, so you'll get the better spot.
so Bob's going to take it all down. with his pocket tens.
Yeah, what they were discussing was who was going to take
Which spot?
sixth place money and fifth place money. Sixth place money is 735. Fifth place was 875.
Alright, Queen Jack.
Now we're down to four-handed.
Yeah.
And Smoke is saying I had Queen Jack.
Button
I'm
is
glad
at
I got
9,
out of
right?
there.
So we lost Brevin and we lost
Josh.
Bob?
So we
Should
got
be on me.
seats. Daniel's
Should be on
gone,
me.
so we got
Yeah.
seats 6, 7, 8, and 9. Tony at seat 6.
All right.
Lee
So
at
here's
seat 7.
all-
Bob at seat 8. Smoke, our friend Chris.
Cover room for you.
There's what's left to pay out. 2,430 for first place. Next person out is going to get 1,075. Nothing there to sneeze at.
No, definitely not. But Bob does have a commanding chip count near
All right,
2
action's
million.
on
He's got
7.
1.8. So we have Smoke as the small stack now.
7 pulls.
Really with
What's that?
145,000.
24
Actually,
minutes.
he just played the blind, so actually he might be down to 120 now.
Yeah.
So
8
he's
pulls.
going to have to make a move soon. But he did, by
just
by
gonna
avoiding
spread
that
it out.
nonsense,
That way
I
you're
guess he
not
moved up a couple places.
When's that?
9 pulls.
Right now.
After
First
this,
hand
after
after
this
this
round?
round or now? Right now.
We lost something there. They said something right now. I forget what. Don't know what they were discussing.
Yeah, we lost all audio feedback right now as well. So, I don't
We on a
know
break?
if we're on a break or if we're getting a dealer change. Or I don't think there should be a break. Oh, they're doing a color up.
Doing a color up. Okay.
So we must be on break.
I think we're on break. Yeah, which means when we get back, the blinds will be up, and
10 minutes. We'll be back.
10 minutes.
like double up, triple up, or,
All right, action's on 7.
you know, and remember, I like walks through the, you know,
Yeah, just-
on the beaches and
Race.
poker.
A race. Disc golf courses.
150 total.
Oh. Okay.
I fold.
9 folds.
You,
2 folds.
It was a little shorter break than we had anticipated. They were just moving the players around a little
Four
bit.
calls,
That
150.
way, they're not sitting all on top of each other and they're spread out throughout the table.
All right,
So we got a hand heads up here.
action's on 4. Checks.
So Will's got the king 10 and Bob's got the ace 5.
150, 4 folds.
But Will laid it
Oh,
down.
yeah,
So Bob now over 2 million.
Good luck, all in. Oh, thanks.
Thank you.
So I think Smoke is all in the blind here. Or not yet. Sorry. He is under the gun.
All right, action's on 9.
Jack's Menswear is our ad sponsor for this.
Smoke wakes up with Jax though under the gun, and he is going to shove here. I don't think he's got a choice.
Yes, he does it.
9 is all in. 130.
And Tony's got pocket twos. I'm sure he's going to call Smoke's all in as well.
We all know it.
Oh no!
No, lays it down. See what Bob's got here. Queen of.
I think Bob's got to call him
He's
with
got to call
anything.
him. Yeah.
Ooh, caught a hand. What you walk into?
One over.
Bob's not hating this here though. He's got an
No.
over. He's got clubs. So certainly not dead in any means.
Right. We
Play
did
it.
take that little break so we could get our players moved around a little bit so they weren't all on top of each other.
Got the Queen 8.
He does the call.
the call.
Oh.
Put me all in.
Here we go. Make sure we know who's all in and who's calling.
Little button magic. So a 7 here gives, and there is no 7 here. So we got the Jacks are going to win, and Smoke's going to double up.
Yeah.
Actually, a little more than double up.
Yeah.
I gotta hang on this to the card protector.
All right, Bun's right.
He's still gonna hold the tail end of the chip stacks here, but it's a better situation than he was in. He was gonna be all in the blinds, so now he certainly can make it at least one more cycle around.
Jack's Menswear is our good friend Mark Hopkins. Been around the poker scene for quite a long time. Jack's Menswear has everything you need to look sharp, including hats, ties, shoes, suits, both dress and casual. They're a family-owned business.
2 folds. 4 folds.
Bob's gonna be getting some chips in here,
Yes, he
None
is.
raises.
Yep, he's going to raise it.
and Smoke might call though.
Talk some poker, eh? Cool.
He needs a third of his stack or better to make this call. No, a little less than third.
Four-handed Queen Jacks, not a horrible hand.
And he goes all in.
Yeah,
I like this move.
yeah.
Puts the pressure on Bob.
And honestly, it's pressure, but it's not that much. It's 160 for Bob to call, which
Right.
is a drop in the bucket for him, and I think he's going to call here.
I call.
Call.
Look at us changing it.
Starting to get the hang of this. Calling out people's action.
So this will actually impact Smoke if he is able to pull this one in. This will put him right there with the rest of the group.
Yeah.
And he does hit the jack.
Jack and a jack.
A couple of them.
Yep.
And Bob has no diamonds, so he is really drawing dead.
Yeah.
I'll get another.
Now, 595,000.
Right back in.
Lines are up.
Big smile from Chris from Smokestack there.
I think that moves him into third place in chip count.
Yeah.
Now.
And Jack's Menswear, been in the Toledo area, been in Toledo for 75 years. Come and see our wall of distinction. Then consult our friendly and experienced staff how you too can become a man of distinction. We're open Monday through Sunday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Mention the Reserve Poker Club and receive 20% off already low prices of our next purchase. Mark's been posting a bunch of pictures on Facebook recently with the homecoming, young men coming in there to get dressed up, looking really sharp for their homecoming dances. And it's a great shop located on 3414 Door Street.
Yeah, I know Bedford has their homecoming next week. My son was out looking for ties that have pink in them today.
Okay. So. Because that's what his date is wearing?
That's what his date is wearing.
Yeah, you got to
coordinate.
Got to coordinate.
Jack's menswear can certainly help you do that.
Yes.
Heads up. Alright, action's on 2. 2 checks.
So, Tony does hit the 7 here, so he's got a little something. And curious if Bob's... Well, I was going to say, Tony did not get scared when Bob threw that out there.
Snap that right away. See what happens to the action now.
With that, Bob is drawing dead at this point.
Yep. Bob has to know that, I would think, if he, as quickly as Tony made that call.
Yeah. And Bob's going to lay this down. There's no reason to call. He's just showboating a little bit.
Yep.
Hollywooding it, as we say.
Yes. Although that's with his style. He does.
Yep.
Thinks about, or at least portrays that he's thinking deep and hard about his action. We talked earlier about this coming week, the tournaments that we have. 7 nights a week. You want to see what the schedule looks like from week to week or from day to day. Go on thereserve.com, and our schedule is up to date. Come on by tomorrow night for a $90 buy-in for a $3,000 guarantee. Monday's a big night for us, not only tournament but cash-wise. Tuesday, we have the satellite for our 100K coming up here in a couple of weeks. $65 buy-in, 1 in 5 players will advance to have a seat in a flight for the 100K coming up a couple of weeks.
So Bob did have a commanding chip count and still is the chip leader, but he has given 800,000 back to the table.
Wow.
Which is more than most of the chip stacks at the table.
Yes. Got Battle of the Blinds here.
Action's on 2.
Tony, never afraid.
The old
Put the pressure
7-3
on.
against Jack 4.
Yeah.
And of course, the 7-3 is the one that makes the bet.
Yes. Person that puts the chips out in that case typically takes the pot down. Blinds are 30 and 60, 30,000, 60,000 with a $30,000 ante. Bob's got 1.3, Tony 1.2, so that's pretty tight. Smoke coming back from near death at 565,000. Will's got a short stack here. We'll see if he gets a hand that'll.
And at one point, Will was the chip leader at the table too.
Yes, yeah, he was.
So that honor has been floating around the table, usually between Bob and Tony, but Will was there at one point as well.
Bob's going to get a walk there. James Barlow is watching. How you doing, Jim? Paul's watching. Kevin Wall, who was playing earlier, right?
Yes, he was. I think he was eliminated at table 8 right before I got there.
Okay.
Have everyone think I'm an idiot and to open it and remove all doubt.
I'm okay with people think I'm an idiot.
I don't know what the idiot thing was. I don't know.
2 raises,
I
150 total.
don't know exactly either.
You hear Paul say 2 raises. He's letting guys in the booth know.
So we are going to have some action on this one. I
Yeah.
think all 3 of these individuals will most likely be in the hand. We have Bob with Queen Jack, Smoke with King Jack, and Tony with Queen 9.
Yep.
4-handed, all pretty solid hands.
Yes.
9 calls. All right, 3 of you.
The raise was 2.5x. We got 2 callers.
Action's on 7.
And the Queen 9 is going to jump out into
Checks.
the lead here.
9
I
checks.
think that was Tony.
Yes.
What's that? Oh,
200.
Paul's getting
2 to
some
go.
directions on.
I think they told him he
7-4.
needed to
Cards
wiggle the
need to be.
cards more. I don't know.
9 fold.
And he's going to show the 9.
One direct.
He bet it. Takes it down. He was the pre-flop aggressor, and that aggression paid off.
And with that, he is going to become the new chip leader.
Yes.
No. I think that the graphic might be incorrect. Yeah, he's at 1.6 million now, so he
Okay.
is the chip leader. It flashed that it was at 1.1 for a second.
Kevin Wall's got a message for you. Said, Steve, I know you were coming to my table. I would have stuck around a little bit if I'd have known. Yeah.
Well, it's always fun to have you there, Kevin.
Yes. We're 4-handed here on our Super Sunday 10K here at the Reserve Poker Room, 5105 Glendale. Paid top 10 spaces here. We've got 4 players left. Tony's going to get a walk there. The button's going to move.
All right, big blind. You be there, guys.
Reading
Good
the
luck.
body language here. Will is just praying for some kind of hand he can do something with. We're going to change up dealers. We're going to go from Paul
Oh, everybody just slid over?
to Jonathan. We're going to have a new
This way we
advertiser for the next 30 minutes. Not a new one, but another one. Here we got Pizza Roma. Great pizza.
Yeah, and they usually provide the Sunday afternoon. We usually have a pizza lunch here,
Yes.
and it's excellent pizza.
All right, good luck, everybody.
David Huff is out there chiming in saying he would have been here today, except for he did the Daughter's Day dinner with his girls.
Well, good
So
for him. Way to go.
I guess
Huff.
I must be the only one that did not realize this was an actual thing.
I did watch the second half of the Bears game with my daughter Caroline, and the Bears did squeak it out there in the final seconds.
Subjected her to having to watch the Bears. That's just awful. Awful.
We're a Bears family, so it's kind of a tradition for us. And
All right, we are heads up.
And they did squeak out a win.
Yes.
I wish the Lions were beating Minnesota all day and then managed to give it away at the end in
Just
Lions
amazing.
fashion.
Yes. Yeah. That's what I said to Caroline. I said, "Oh, the poor Lions."
That's 150 and a fold.
Well, we can take solace in the fact that we'll still beat the Bears.
Yes. Yeah.
2 wins of 5. 5 wins of 2.
And normally I am a bit of a hater on Jared Goff, but he actually played very well today. I got to give him props.
I really expected them not to play that well against the Vikings, particularly in Minnesota. They were in the lead for most of the game.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah. Till about what was it, 50 seconds left in the game.
Yes.
So Smoke wakes up with a small pocket pair here.
First to act, 60,000,
All in.
and he declares all in with his pocket threes. Pretty sure he doesn't want to call, but
355.
coming around to Tony, certainly going to fold that. And I gotta believe
Actually,
that
Will
has to
might do
think
it.
Oh, and he doesn't.
no. The 9-7 suited there, I might make that call.
Yeah.
Definitely if I know he's got threes.
That helps.
That
That
does
helps a
help.
lot, doesn't it?
I had to owe some tip chips. Need a carb chip.
Thank you.
And we got more people chiming in saying Tony's going to take it down.
Oh, all right. Hutch, he's calling on Tony.
Smoke, you are big blind.
No thanks.
Tony.
Down to four-handed here. Entrance fee was $185. $100 re-entries. We had 34 entries,
Will.
All in.
paying out our guarantee of 10,000.
25.
And Will finally decides he's got something he can go all in with.
And I don't know if anybody's got anything they can call him with, though.
No.
So he'll
Just
take
gonna
the blinds, though, which
Take
is...
the blinds.
Smoke can't make this call.
Yep, 125. 125.
It's only 65 to call, but it's probably looking at the fact that it's not worth him throwing another 65 into Will's stack.
Right, which would be about 10% of his stack,
Yeah.
I think, right? Or less, or more.
He is thinking, though.
He's agonizing over it.
Oh, he called.
He makes the call, thinking that Will is just going to go in with anything at this point.
Yep.
So bad.
Two middles.
He's live. He's got 2 live cards.
Yes, he does.
We could-
I got 2 lows.
Two
Oh,
lows.
shit.
He says,
Yeah,
I got
that's
2
what I thought.
lows.
His cards add up to 3.
Excuse my language.
And we have a double down from Smoke.
Yes.
There's the
There's a
2.
deuce. 2-5, much stronger flop for
So
Will
if-
than it is for. Yep. That'll be
I
it.
think an 8 or a 3.
8 or a 3.
And it's not going to happen. So Will
Big
doubles
sigh of
up.
relief by Will, who really hadn't been playing any hands there for a while. As you mentioned, very early on or earlier, he was the chip leader,
Be two live
but
cards.
he's been hanging in there.
I didn't want to.
Smoke says I had 2 live cards.
Defend that blind, he's still in you, just defend it.
Said he had to defend his blind.
Minimum, just over.
Dave Huff is saying Smoke's going to go on a heater and take it down.
That can happen.
C4, fold. C7. I'm just
Mark
gonna
thought
do
for
it.
sure that Smoke was going to take that down. He had 2 cards.
Smoke's got pocket 8s here, so
Yeah.
and Tony is certainly going to give him action with the Queen Jack of diamonds.
Does he push? Does he raise?
Come on.
All in.
All in, and Tony's going to call him, I'm sure.
Sure can.
It's only 290,
You guys said every time.
and Tony's sitting with 1.6 million.
Yeah.
So it's a
Be 320? 320,000.
320? Egads.
yeah. Poor Tony's looking down at his millions, saying, "No, 320."
Four-handed Queen Jack diamonds, very strong hand. And again, like you said, with his
Yeah.
chip stack, he's got to make that call.
I got 2
And
live cards.
even though he's technically behind right now, I like his chances on this one.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite hands, is the Queen Jack suited.
We'll see if Huff's prediction is here with saying that Smoke's going to go on a run. It could start right here.
Oh, he hits his queen.
It's his queen.
So
Couple of spades.
it's on a 2-outer and does not hit. So Tony's going to take it down, and Smoke is going to be our 4th place finisher.
For $1,075. Well fought, Smoke. Up and down that roller coaster. And now we're down to 3-handed. 3rd place is going to be $1,250. 2nd, $1,700. 1st is $2,430. Our Super Sunday $10,000 guarantee.
See ya.
Dave Huff would like to change his vote.
It's on big
Oh, he
blind.
would.
Yes, sir.
Or not, he says. That could happen, or that could happen. Armando, who had been playing with us earlier, saying Tony has this. I don't know. You got, you know, I'm not going to discount Will at all, but you know, Bob and Tony are very strong players. Particularly, they've got a lot of experience playing shorthanded and final tables.
Well, and you can't ignore the chip stacks either. I mean, Tony's got 2 million in chips. Bob's got 1.2 million in chips now, and Will just has 220,000.
Yeah.
So he's at a deficit. That being said, you know, you can always come back.
Right.
Chip in a chair, as they say.
Yep.
Hutch has just chimed in saying he is discounting Will.
Okay. How many players today? Billy Day, we had 34 entries.
Tony.
With the rebuys and all that.
Re-entries, yep.
Re-entries. I think there were, what, 70-something total?
Yes,
Yeah,
right.
so it was. There were some active people at the reload station today.
Yes.
I know my first table that I was on, there were people going up to the window quite a bit.
Yeah.
Not me. I made it out with one buy-in
Oh,
today.
is that right? All right. Good for you.
Well, but I didn't take any of the money home with me, so.
Every time the big blind.
David Huff's now changing horses.
So who's he going to jinx
He's
now?
saying Will's going to go on a heater.
I was like, who's he going to jinx now?
Yeah.
Poor Will. He doesn't even know what just happened to him.
Yes, that's right. But you can't play that.
Oh,
I'll make the call. See if Tony puts any pressure on. Nope.
We are heading up to the flop.
The old 7-5.
Will is now rooting for Tony.
60.
Bet is 60,000.
He's betting into Tony's queen with really not much of anything.
Are we allowed to talk about cards or hands or anything? There? No. Okay.
Well, Bob turns himself a gut shot straight draw.
Yep.
He actually needs Tony to hit 2 pair, which would give him the straight.
Yeah.
Or not turn, I'm sorry, river.
Oh,
But he's not going to do that.
No.
$100,000 bet. He folds to that.
Button's
Button
on
moves.
With Will being in the big blind here, this could be his moment for
Yeah.
his best odds on his chip stack.
Blinds being at 30 and 60,000.
So he's got 90,000 of his chips in there right now.
Yeah.
And he's got another 30,000 going in next hand. So he's only got a few more times
Actions on
around the table to even try to make this happen.
Bob's going to raise this up.
Oh, yeah. And Tony's got a solid hand, too.
Yeah.
$125.
Raise to 125.
Basically a 2X.
And Will's got a solid hand. So
Yeah.
all 3 of them will be in this hand. And Will will most likely be all in.
All in?
There he is.
There he is. You're getting better at this, Steve.
I am. It's like
This-
I read a book.
Yeah. Let's see if Huff's prediction will come through.
Yep, 160.
Hutch is agreeing with him. Hutch says Dave Huff, absolutely.
Yeah, 35 more.
Okay, call.
All right, we are going to
So
have
that's side action.
potential side action
That's
here.
about your hand.
One player all in. Next player out takes 1,250.
And
Check.
that helps
Check.
nobody.
No. Blank, blank, blank.
And there's the cowboy.
Yeah.
Check.
And Tony steps into the lead there, and Tony will take this pot down. It's just whether or not he bets and gets
60
Bob to throw any more money in, but he's not going to.
No.
Fold.
When you got something out there, beat me.
So Will has now been eliminated in third place and
Third
is taking
place.
home $1,250.
That's right.
It's a solid night.
It is a solid night. Started today at 1:15, actually 1:20. And what time is it now? Where are we at? We're at 9:40.
Shade under 10.
Yep, shade
We
under
are on
10.
break.
Oh,
And we're on break.
Tony, it's been me and you the whole time.
Bob just says, Tony, it's been you and me the whole time.
So they might come back from break a little early since they are down to heads up. So we're going to have to probably monitor that. So we could be back in less than 5. Who knows? We'll see.
Who knows? Dave Uff just said, or not. I suck at this.
We are going to be coming back with the players here in just a minute. They did vote to take a little bit shorter break since they are heads up. So
Yes. And we are heads up. Steve, it's been a pleasure. I don't know how much longer we're going to be here watching this heads up play, but I just want to make sure that we don't end the night without me saying it was great to be in here with you tonight. Thanks so much.
Always pleasure to be with you as well, Vic.
Oh,
look at
and
that.
we're on there. Hey. Hey, everybody. Thanks again for joining us. This is our Super Sunday 10K guarantee. I'm Vic. This
I'm
is Steve. Yep.
So this is my second time in the audio booth. So hopefully I've improved a little since last week, but you never know.
It's a lot of fun. It's very enjoyable. The live stream here at the Reserve has been a great addition to this already great poker room here in Toledo, 5105 Glendale. This has been our usual Sunday 10K guarantee, and it's been a lot of fun. Our next person out's going to take down 1,700, and first place 2,430. We just saw Will take third place for 1,250, and prior to that, our good friend Chris Smokestack, fourth place with 1,075. There's Bob.
So we are back here, and Bob's waking up with King 10. Heads up, that's a solid hand.
Yes, it is.
And Tony, not so much.
No.
With the 3 deuce.
But with Tony, you never know.
Go ahead.
We're going.
We're going.
We're
I
going.
have to think.
Tony says he has to think.
But it is a
I'll call.
heads-up play is very different than the rest of the tournament. Once
Oh.
you get down to 2 people, it changes dramatically.
Yeah.
Check.
And he's just going to check that. He's going to see the flop here.
Ron Spears is making some very friendly comments about my physique on camera. So
Okay.
It's indicating I might want to hit the gym.
Check.
Tony hits his deuce. He's going to fire.
100.
Call.
Call.
He's going to call from Bob. No
Check.
help for Bob.
He did hit the deuce. Tony
Yes.
might.
Check.
And now Tony is definitely going to bet,
Yes.
but I don't think he's going to get a call out of Bob out.
No.
100.
Actually,
That's 100.
Bob leads out with 100. Tony's
Yeah,
confused,
there's-
but he's certainly at least going to call.
There's an Oscar-worthy performance right there. The look on his face.
Raise to 500.
Bob
gonna
will
raise.
instantly fold, I'm sure.
Yeah. Huff making another wonderful prediction here that Bob's going to go on a heater.
Oh, so Huff is now jinxing Bob. poor guy.
Yep.
So I don't know if they should award Tony the top prize now, or should we play this thing out now that Huff has made his prediction?
Yes, right, right. It looks like Hutch, Rick Hutchinson, Hutch, kind of sided with Ron in his comment, but he did say, hello, Vic. Hey, Hutch. Thanks for coming and joining us tonight.
Yep.
Fold.
$2.8 versus 540,000. We're heads up here.
Armando has asked David Huff never to root for him. Please.
Heads up, small blind.
Pocket nines for
pocket
Tony.
nines, yep.
Tony.
Button is always the small blind. And the first to act.
Call.
Got a call.
Check.
Check. Alright.
Setting a trap
To
here,
flop.
perhaps?
Oh, Andy spikes the 9.
Yeah.
Check.
Yeah, if he could check it once,
That is
and
80.
hopefully for Tony, if Bob was to hit a 10,
Yeah.
that might actually even
But he makes a bet and
it
Bob
makes a bet.
folds.
Yeah.
Well, we're here at the reserve, 5105 Glendale. I'm Vic. This is Steve. Pizza Roma's our advertiser right now. It's a family-owned and operated business with 2 locations offering great food made with fresh ingredients, which include our daily made dough, homemade ranch dressing, and their family secret pizza sauce.
This one's got potential to have them shoving some chips in with a queen 5 suited. Heads up is pretty solid, and ace 9. Yep, and there we go. Bob's gonna throw in an all in. I would imagine Tony's gonna call.
Yeah.
$430.
Pizza Roma's at 2 addresses, 4444 Keystone Drive in Maumee, and also 855 South Holland, Sylvania. Great food.
And it's less than 20% of Tony's chips, so he's going to call and find out that he's a little bit behind, but he does like those suited cards.
Yes, he does. Yeah. And both these guys have played really well all day.
Bob was the first to stand up, so technically he should win, right? We have 1 diamond on the flop. And right now ace high is winning. And the ace is going to win.
Yeah. Going to take it down. They're going to sit back down again.
Yeah,
Jonathan, our dealer, is going to rake that over to Bob.
As soon as Bob stood up first, you know, you just have to assume he's going to win.
Blinds are at 40,000, 80,000, 40,000 ante. Bob puts in his 120,000 of his 900,000 stack against Tony's 2 point. What was it?
2.4.
2.4
million. Tony wakes up with Queen Jack.
Very strong.
And a King Deuce for Bob. So this is it's another hand they could end up with getting the chips in there.
Yeah. As you mentioned, heads up action is definitely a different game.
Raise to 190.
I'm all in.
All in.
And they are going to do it.
They're going to do
Getting it all in.
Bob's got an over.
Oh, Bob's standing up first, but I don't know. Tony got up with an air of confidence there. Who knows? Oh, queen
There's
in the
a
window.
Queen in the window.
1 diamond out there on the board. And a king and a king only.
King only.
King.
And
And he doesn't
that's a
get it.
5. And
All right.
and we'll have to give Bob Dave Huff's address to thank him for rooting him on. No, but it was a good tournament by all, and
Good job.
you know Tony takes it down here.
Yeah.
Bob takes second place.
Yeah.
So
Let me get the board and everything.
very good night.
Well, very good tournament today, our 10K in a day, and please take a close look at this Fall Classic Tournament Series that we've got coming up. Take a screenshot of that so that you have it in your phone. You know exactly what our tournaments are going to be for that week, leading up to our $100,000 guarantee. It's $1,500 double bag bonus, and each of those tournaments that week is going to be a lot of fun, and we're going to have some live streaming that week on feature tables. And then certainly for our big tournament, we're going to have feature table and final table. Final tables, I think, on all of those live streaming. So that'll be a real busy week for us. It's going to be a lot of fun. Again, take a screenshot of that. Steve, again, thanks so much for being with us in the booth here tonight. Lots of fun.
Yeah, thanks for having me. This is always fun to come in here and watch and get to talk about how other people are playing. For a change, right?
Yeah, that's right.
So,
and good night, everybody.
Appreciate it. Have
Thanks
a good night,
again.
everybody.